Hey everyone, I'm back with another gameplay video for Domain Zoo. Starting off with the deck tech here. So something I've been thinking about a lot recently. I've been playing this deck for a while. I've been watching some other people play the deck. Andrea Mengucci has been testing it, has been playing it like at least once a week on stream. So it's been interesting to watch him play, see the lines he takes, and things like that. And one thing he points out, which is also something I've noticed a lot, is like there's obviously a huge play draw discrepancy in Magic the Gathering in general. If you're on the play, it's a huge advantage. There's no way around it. So, and in this deck particularly, I feel like there is a play draw discrepancy where uh, with Domain Zoo, it's such an aggressive strategy that on the play, it is significantly easier. Most matchups are, every matchup is much easier, but it's even more so with this deck than maybe something like a combo deck or some other decks. Like it's so easy to be able to play like a 1-drop into a 2-drop before your opponent has been able to, like you can just overwhelm your opponent with tempo in the early game, just because we can be so aggressive. So it's a deck that can win by turn 4. So those games are relatively easy. You're on the play, you have a handful of threats, and you just win the game on turn 4, and it's your opponent can't really do anything. So we win a lot of games that way, and those games are great. But what I'm more interested in improving are the games on the draw, where maybe you lose the die roll, and now things are a lot tougher because your opponent then has the advantage. And if you're talking about close matchups, something like Murktide, then that can mean it's you have to play the matchup entirely differently. You can't just run your threats out because your opponent now has an ability to answer your threats while also building up their own board state. So when they're on the draw, generally they can only do one or the other. They can either try to build up their board state or answer your threats, but they don't have the mana to do both. So what am I testing on this flex slot? So one idea someone on the Discord had that I've also seen before in Murktide lists recently is Spell Snare. Spell Snare is a counter target spell with mana value 2. It's not a card. This is not a card I really understood, I would say, for a long time. I thought it was kind of like maybe another Spell Pierce effect. We already have Flusterstorm in the sideboard. We've got Stubby D in the main deck. So I just thought this was like a narrow Spell Pierce. But it's actually a bit different because, for one, it can counter any spell. So being able to counter a 2-mana creature, especially in Modern right now, is very relevant. You can counter a Ledger Shredder. You can counter a Stoneforge Mystic. You can counter an Eidolon. You can counter there's all sorts of cards you can counter with Spell Snare. And additionally, with just hitting 2-mana non-creatures, Red and 6, like Breach, Expressive Iteration. There's so many powerful 2-mana cards in Modern that Spell Snare is very relevant. But Spell Snare is most relevant on the draw. It's actually a card that is better on the draw because if you're on the draw, this means you can play a fetch land turn 1. Turn 2, your opponent tries to play a 2-mana spell, and you can Spell Snare them. And then so now you've traded a 1 card. It's a 1-for-1 exchange in terms of cards, but it's a 2-for-1 exchange in that your opponent now has spent 2 mana on a spell, and you've answered it with 1 mana. And then basically after doing that, and you can do the same thing, by the way, with Stubby D in a lot of cases if it's a non-creature spell. So that's like, it's very common that I've stubbed a Ren and 6 coming out in turn 2 because it's just it just allows you to catch up, if you will, when you're on the draw. So I'm trying out these 2 Spell Snares in the main deck, and that's because, again, on the draw, you need more help. So this is a card that's better on the draw. If I'm on the play and this shows up in my main deck, I don't really care that much because in game 1, I'm on the play, like I'm already favored again in most matchups. So, sometimes you can say, oh, a Spell Snare is that kind of a dead card on the play. I still think it's a fine card. There's still, again, so many 2-mana spells there that you can just use this as to counter a 2-mana spell. So I don't think it's ever really dead. But that's the idea. We're trying to improve those games on the draw when maybe you're not as threat heavy, so that now you have to be more mana efficient with how you slow your opponent down. So if you have the threat heavy hands, then it's fine. Then you just run your threats out as normal. It's not an issue. But if you only have maybe like 1 threat in your hand and you're on the draw, now if you play like a 1-drop on turn 1 on the draw, it's very easy for your opponent to answer it with a 1-mana removal spell and then move on with spending 2 mana building up their board or another. So it's you're not in a great position compared to if you're on the play where you kind of have the advantage. The other card I'm testing is one of Burst Lightning. This is one that showed up in some of the mocks lists. I've also seen it show up in other archetypes like Creativity and stuff like that. This basically serves, it's a shock, 2 damage to any target with a kicker cost. So you can pay 4 extra. So for 5 mana, I can turn this into 4 damage. So it's basically a worse Tribal Flames or a worse Lightning Bolt. So but why this is important is because, again, on the draw, you're more likely to want that turn 1 removal spell. If you're playing against Ragavan, DRC, Mana Dork, things like that, you really want that 5th copy of the 1 mana answer, because against Ragavan decks on the draw, a lot of times the game can be lost by allowing a Ragavan to connect. So sometimes you just want that 1 extra removal spell early in the game, and then it's never really dead, because late in the game, sometimes you're mana flooded, stuff like that. You top deck it, you can pay 5 for 4 damage. That's not great, but already in testing, it has come up before. I have used it when I just like top deck it, and I'm like, oh, my opponent's at 4. Okay, I can just burn him out now. So again, we're also already used to kind of doing that with Tribal Flames. So it's like you think of a 5th copy of Tribal Flames, 5th copy of Bolt, depending on when you play it. So that's the idea of Burst Lightning. The rest of the main deck looks the same, except for the mana base. So mana base is mostly the same. I have cut 1 Triome. I have cut the Zagoth Triome, and I am playing a Misty Rainforest instead. I think I am. Or sorry, a Scalding Tarn instead. Yeah, there it is. I'm playing a Scalding Tarn instead. So one thing we've talked about before is how do I maximize the number of fetches in this deck, because that gives you a more consistent mana base. So one thing I'm trying is going down to 1 Triome. With these 1 mana spells, now our curve is a little lower, so it's slightly more likely that we will play a 1 mana spell into a 2 mana spell rather than playing Triome into Scion. We can still do that, of course, with 1 Triome if we plan it right, so it's not like we lose that capability, but now we have, allows us to get 1 more fetch. So that just decreases the chances of having these clunky hands where like maybe you have 2 shocks that are weird colors, or a shock and a Triome that's a weird color, or things like that. So now we also have less potentially like dead draws where like, you don't want to see a second tap land. Yes, you can cycle it, but you don't want tap lands to show up like at awkward times and things like that. So now we just have the 1 Triome. Again, we still think you need that for Scion. You need to have at least 2 fetchable black sources. So we have a black shock and we have Savai Triome. And yeah, we're doing 1 more fetch. So now we're at 13 fetches. I do believe I've seen Andrea Mangucci playing with no fetchable black source, or sorry, no black shock. I think for me, in my experience playing this deck, I'd rather have a fetchable shock and 1 Triome than 2 Triomes. It's just sometimes you're on the play, you're trying to be aggressive, you're in a matchup where life total doesn't matter that much, and you just need to be able to double spell on turn 3, to curve out. So that's why you want that shock. On the sideboard here, we've got a lot of the same cards I've been running. You've got the Rest in Peace for Graveyard Hate. You've got the Flusterstorm. You've got the Veils. You got the Hidetsugu. We have 2 Dromoka's Command still in the 75. It's just on the side. This is a card I think is better on the play, which is why, again, I've put it on the sideboard. I'll bring it in for any Urza Saga deck. It's very strong in against other aggro decks. It's just such a versatile card. It's very good against Blood Moon, things like that. We do have a couple cards I haven't done that much. So Wear Tear has been in a lot of lists. I was on Natural State for a while. I'm back to Wear Tear just because recently, we just had Domain Zoo win a Modern Challenge this past weekend. So I expect the deck to become picking up steam. So you want this Wear Tear for the mirror match. You need to kill. In my experience in the mirror match, the most important creature to kill is Scion of Draco, because the Scion of Draco gives your Kavu first strike, or whoever has the Scion down means their Kavu has first strike, and that means their Kavu can block all these creatures, the other big 2-drops without trading. So that's like extremely relevant, and same with Ragavan and stuff like that. So that's why you want that Wear Tear for that 2 mana answer to Scion, and it's a 1 mana answer to Binding, so you can like potentially blow out your opponent, stuff like that. Dromoka's Command also good in the mirror match. I have the 1 of Engineer Explosives. That's just another answer to Hammer, another answer to Rhinos. It's also relevant, I think. It's nice to have something that can come in against decks like Merfolk, which can be a very hard matchup. So you can bring in Engineer Explosives on 2, whereas I wouldn't want to bring in Hidetsugu in that matchup. So, a little more versatility, just kind of another answer for those kind of go wide decks. And then I've got the 1 of Hushbringer. This is just because it hits a lot of matchups. It hits Yawgmoth, it hits Elementals, hits Scam. So just kind of anything where it can even hit Titan. things with ETB triggers. There's so many decks relying on ETB triggers that this is just like a nice one of to have to bring in some of those matchups. So that's what we're looking at with the 75. I'm going to take us through a MTGO league. If you like this sort of content, want to support the channel, then just subscribe, comment below what you think of some of these cards I'm testing, and enjoy the video. I'll see you guys for round one. On repeat. Okay, starting off with round one. We do win the die roll. We've got a slightly awkward hand. We don't have blue mana. We do have red and green and white. So if we play this, we can have 4 types by turn 2. I think we keep this hand. I think you could make this a little clunky, but I think we'll keep. So right now I'm on the play, I just play my Triome, and turn 2 go Temple Guard and play a 4/4 Kavu. If we don't draw another fetch. Obviously I'd like to be able to hold up Spell Snare. I don't need blue mana right now, so. But I think this is a good enough 7 where, and being on the play, I think I'll just let it develop. Okay, Urza Saga. Turn 1 Urza Saga is kind of interesting. Let's see what he's on. Amulet, okay. So we're probably just going to see what he get. Okay, I get the stub. Kind of want to just bind the Amulet, but I'm not applying any pressure. Fortunately, I can't double spell because of the lands I have, so. If I don't bind the Amulet, he'll go bounce land next turn, get 3. I think we have to bind the Amulet this turn, as bad as it feels. I really want to get pressure on the board, but I don't think I can let them get as far ahead by having that Amulet in hand. Let me think. So yeah, I think that's what we're gonna have to do. So we're gonna bind it in their upkeep to play around like I guess I doubt they have main deck force. So I think we'll try this. I think we'll just do it now. So this isn't amazing, but I just think I can't let them kind of just start their engine with that Amulet. I have to at least try to slow them down. Fortunately, they do have the Saga in play, so see if they play bounce land, they have to bounce their Saga. See what they try to do here. Okay, so they played Bajuka Bog. Okay, so they'll get another Amulet. Okay, so we're not drawing very well here. They'll get another Amulet, which will start them going. Fortunately, we didn't get that third land, so we're still like a little clunky with our land, and we haven't applied pressure. So maybe this hand was too clunky to keep it, and as the 7, I should have just mulliganed it. It's possible. Okay, there's the Amulet. They'll make the land drop. So I do have Stubby D for. I don't have blue mana up yet. The Spell Snare is gonna be pretty dead this matchup. They don't really play 2 drops. Got 4 mana. Play Dryad. Right. That's what I'm assuming this is. Azusa. Okay, additional 2 lands on each of your turns. That's gonna be a problem. So now I might just be dead. Is this just like the turn 3 gas hand that I take an amulet and still lose? Might be. Don't really have an answer for another if he gets a if they get a Titan here. Yeah, like they're just getting so much mana. This is just ridiculous. Four again. They have a second or not second Azusa, but they could have a Dryad here, and then they can play 3 lands each turn. Yeah, I think I'm just dead. I can Tribal Flames the Dryad, but they can still play additional lands, and with the Amulet in play, like I'm in so much trouble right now. So I I have regrets about keeping this hand. I think I should just try to find a 6 that was more aggressive. Like it was just too slow. Man, they're just going off. They out of lands finally. I don't really know what I'm supposed to do here. Like probably have to Tribal Flames, loot away the spell snare. Try to play Tribal Flames the Dryad and just hope to hold on. They're just gonna play Titan next turn, and there's not really anything I can do. Whoa. They're still going though. Jesus. They gotta be out of land cards. Okay, they are out of lands. Okay, this is relevant here. Unfortunately, I think I just have to kill the Dryad, play Nacatl. I could try to hold up Stub in case they get like they just have so much mana right now. Like I think we play this. Oh, I can't get an untapped black source with this. No, what I need blue. Never mind, I have blue already. So probably want like blue, maybe blue red here. We're gonna loot away the spell snare. Not very useful right now. I think I have to kill the Dryad. Unless I flip a binding here. Binding. Second Scion. He should just let this through. I just have to hope that he just bricks and he doesn't have like in his hand. Think how I want to do this. I could Tribal Flames, then keep up Stub in the hopes that like maybe all he has in hand is Summoner's Pack, and he'll try Summoners for a, or he just has Titan. I guess if he has Titan in hand, I just like kind of lose no matter what. So maybe it's worth holding up Stub. But I'm not really applying any pressure. I've literally done no damage to him, so this isn't great either. I think I just have to hope he doesn't have anything. I don't know. I don't really know what I'm supposed to do here. Like I can only disrupt him for so long. Not applied any pressure. He's got so much land in play. Okay. Okay, let's just Tribal Flames and then we'll hold up Stub, I guess. See if I can get him to try to go for a Summoner's Pact. Not just have Titan in hand. Okay. He did find a land. Again, hope he doesn't have mana to do what he's trying to do, or does he just have a Titan now? Looks like he just top deck a Titan. Or maybe he had it the whole time. He would have just top decked that land, I believe. Or else he would have played the last turn. I think he had a... Okay, he gets the Colossus. I think I just lose now. So... Yeah, I think this one is just one where they had... I didn't have an aggressive enough start with not being able to play a 1-drop into a 2-drop. And then, I couldn't do anything turn 2 because I had to take their Amulet. So maybe you can argue I should just let them have the Amulet and played a threat turn earlier. I think there's an argument for that. but then they just would get even more further ahead than they already did. I mean, they had Azusa, Dryad, double Amulet in the first 3 turns. Like, I don't know what I guess I should have just kept a more aggressive hand. But I've done no damage to them. Like, it's turn 4 and they're at 20 life. Like, this is just bound to happen. Let's see if they go for... They have a 7/7 now. I can't deal with. Really thinking about this one a lot. Oh, they're waiting on me. Okay. I don't know why it's waiting on me. I guess still no Titan means it's not over yet. I could still top deck a Binding. There's burning mana now, so... Attack me with the Azusa. Wow. That's great. Need a Binding. In the Binding waiting room. We're on blue-red here, maybe? I didn't realize Summoner's Pack's an instant. So that was a punt. For some reason, I thought it was a sorcery. But, yeah, that just probably... Well, I mean, the game was already over. I just didn't realize that it was an instant. So, that's fine. If I top deck Binding, I'm going to be so sad. Okay, so we have another look, so I guess we get rid of one of these Scions here. I have to swing, though. It's only 6/6 at the moment. Or you get rid of Nicodle. I think we get rid of one of the Scions. So we're looking for a Binding, I guess. I think we can hold on to the land. Okay, we get a Bolt, so we can kill his Colossus. It's not amazing. He probably just lets this through. I'm gonna think about this for a long time. I think I'm still dead to the Titan, though. Okay, I will Bolt this. You should just take this damage, but okay. Yeah, if I had still had the stub up and stopped that, then I actually would have been in very good shape here. Unfortunately, I do not. So it's just kind of how it goes. Obviously, I could have played that better, so that's on me. Sure, another forest. Yeah, I don't know why I thought Summoner's Pack was not an instant speed, but I should have just not cracked that fetch. I could have held up the blue mana basically the whole turn until he tried to do that, countered it, and then now I'd be in like not great shape. So he's still got to pay 4, but he's got like so many mana that I don't think it matters. Does he have enough to play Titan? Actually, he might not right now, unless he gets one more land in play. That's a bounce land. Because right now he's got 4 mana. Guess I'll just... Yeah, that's okay. Let's see. I feel like I haven't seen Azusa in these lists a lot, but sometimes you see it. And Explore, this is interesting. Is this just Titan Shift with aim? Like, because usually you see Explore more in Titan Shift, but it's also got kind of weird lands. So maybe I'm just like misidentifying this deck, but he did get the Amulet too, so... Okay, so he had it. So now he's got plenty of mana. He'll get the Titan, he'll attack me with 20 more mana. Got exactly 6. Oh, he's got another one of those. Yeah, I have big regrets at it. Cracking that fetch. Would have been able to stop him from having a Titan. Yep, does the whole thing. I'm gonna just see what else he tries to do here. So we have Wear Tear. We've got Dramoka's Command, which will come in for this matchup. We've also got Hushbringer. I could bring it in. It's amazing, but I think it will stop the Colossus and the Titan if I get behind. So could be good. It's a 1-of, but not like it matters that much. Hit me for 8. Let's see if he tries to get a double strike. Oh, he doesn't have the double strike land yet. I guess he will get it when he attacks. Probably just take this attack. Is this the one that does the... No. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Fortunately, they just, Amulet had the nuts, and I didn't fetch well. I didn't time it well, so I messed that up with Summoner's Pack. Okay, let's bring in this stuff. I don't think I want Engineer Explosives. Too narrow. I don't think I want Head 2 either. It's too narrow. It's good if they go wide with Saga, but like I'm no. We don't need Burst Lightning. We don't want Spell Snare. And what is not as good? We want to keep Tribal Flames in because of killing Dryad. We could cut the bolts, trim 2 bolts. I think that's fine. We'll keep threats in. This is a matchup where like Remand would be very good from the sideboard, but we've cut it, so it's what it is. I think this is still totally winnable with the sideboard answers we brought in. We'll be looking for an aggressive hand on the play. Again, I think also I should have just mulliganed that hand. Like it was just a little too clunky on the draw with playing a tap land and not even be able to get 5 types by turn 2. Like it's just too slow. If I had 5 types, I could have potentially double spell with like Nikado and Binding on the same turn. Okay, this is a 1-lander, so we're mulligan that. This is fine though. Keep. We could put back the basic forest, which I think we'll do. In case they brings in like Dismember to kill my first Ragavan. We're gonna go Sacred Foundry. So that we've got mana for Tramoka's Command, because we'll do Breeding Pool next turn. Let's see if he just brings in Dismember, or if he has Grazer. Grazer would be bad, but I can kill it, potentially Tramoka's, although I'd rather save that for a Dryad. So I guess Grazer's actively bad. Doesn't look at Colony Garden is also kind of annoying, but fine too. So Ragavan's not going to connect. Yep, handy to have the Colony Garden in the opener. And then I think we just pass. See if there's something I can stub here. I don't know what he would play for 2 mana. Grazer? That'd be annoying. Nope, fake out. Thinking. If it's a dismember, I'll stub it. Okay, I will also be stubbing this. So we want green, blue. Green, blue. Put this down. Okay, pay 2 life. Stub. Okay. Now, unfortunately, we don't have very much pressure. I don't, I need some more threats. Need to draw in some action. Okay, Wear Terror, also a good answer, but again, not much pressure. Okay. Don't think I need to play as tapped. Yeah, so we'll see. Like, not having any 2-drops so far is kind of hurting me, but I have a lot of interaction. Like, he can just kind of like build up to something. Okay. Do I use Dramokas or do I use Wear Tear? Probably Dramokas. Oh my god, are you serious? I hate the Colony Garden is gonna kill me. Because he's just gonna keep bouncing it and replaying it, which is very annoying. But I think we'll just Dramoka's end of turn. But we can do this. We can go cast. We're gonna go with sacrifice an enchantment, and then we're gonna fight because I want to connect with keep connecting with Ragavan. Choose starter player. Control. Really would like some more threats. Okay, some burn, always good. I guess we're probably just gonna move Gigantha back. Like not enough pressure at all. Something like Explorer would be nice off his deck. Or even like Summoner's Pack. Play my own Dryad. I don't think that like helps me that much though. I mean, I have literally nothing in hand. I might just do that actually. This gives me a 2/4. So it gives me 5 types. Yeah. I think this is fine. You could argue again to grab maybe grabbing Gigantha is the move. Now I've got 2 creatures on board. I still have some interaction left to kill something. But it's turn 4 again. I haven't done much damage. I got 5 in hand. He's just gonna keep ramping up to Titan. I don't really have an answer to that. Okay, Kabu's good. Yeah, like Dismember or something. Do I want to keep up this Wear Tear to fuse it, or I'm gonna use Tribal Flames right now? I have like so much mana. Guess we'll just use the Tribal Flames now. Still have Wear or Tear up, depending on what he tries to do. Definitely could have waited to turn on the Tribal Flames, but I don't know what I'm gonna draw here. Okay, he has a Beseju. So he does get the prime time. It's just a 6/6. But now he gets 2 more lands. I need like a binding or something. He'll block the Kavu, or he might not block the Kavu. I'll still be able to connect for 4, so I've got a couple looks at like a burn spell or a binding or something like that. You could argue that if I kept the Tribal Flames, I could have potentially like 2-for-1 myself to kill the Titan. There's an argument for that. Right now it's set up that he has to block the Kavu, which means if I flip a Bolt, then he'll just be dead anyway. I don't know if he has Colony Gardens left in the deck. That's maybe what he's looking for. But he already played one. There's one in his hand, so... yeah, maybe I should have waited on that Tribal Flames. I could have just put Giganta back to hand there. Because now I'm kind of in trouble if I don't draw an answer here. He can just keep ramping, get his double strike land. And like that Tribal Flames, yeah. Okay. Yeah, he's going to keep ramping. So we're looking for a binding or a burn spell. Okay, second Wear Terror is not going to do it. Attack with everything. I guess he gets the double strike land and I just die. I can just play a Ragavan to try to chump. I gotta loot away one of the Wear Terrors. Yeah, I should have just waited a turn to play Tribal Flames. Okay, that's not what I needed. He has to block the Kavu or else he dies. But unfortunately, I don't have a removal spell. Do I flip something useful? Valakut. I'm at 14, so if he gives himself double strike, I'm still not dead. Is it worth playing this Ragavan? Let's grab Giganta. I guess he could Valakut me. He doesn't have enough mountains though, unless he plays a Dryad. But if he plays a Dryad, I can kill it with Tear. Like I'm trying to think if there's a reason I would play this Ragavan here. Oh, I guess he can do double strike plus the what's the other one? Plus the one that gives +2. I think it's +2/+0, so it'd be 16 damage. And I can't stop that because I can only put 1 toughness in front of it. Maybe I shouldn't have attacked with Dryad here. Yeah. Well, but then I don't know, I put him within dying of bolt range. Okay. I guess we're just gonna have to play this one out and just hope that I can play this other second Ragavan and get 1 toughness in front, but he can still do the double strike land. Okay. See what he does here. Yeah, I think maybe I should have thought that through a little more and not attack with the Dryad to be able to put 6 toughness or 5 toughness in front of like the double striking sort of thing. So just Summoner's Pack here. And try to like Valakut me probably. Summoner's Pack for Dryad. Hit me with Prime Titan. I guess I can tear the Dryad if he tries to do that before he gets to combat. Let's see. Maybe he'll make a mistake. Okay. So I think he's going to go Summoner's Pack Dryad. But in response to the first trigger, I can tear his Dryad. Yeah, so I thought he's going to try to do. Okay. We might have a shot here. So the first trigger on the stack, I'll tear it. Or if he passes a phase. Oh, that'd be money if he passes to begin combat and doesn't play a land. I don't know why he would, though. Maybe he's out of lands in hand. He's got 6 cards. He's got to have lands. Might be able to survive this. Maybe. He's got 2 blockers out. He'll only have 1 blocker out. Okay. He made a mistake. Do this now before you can cast. What do we need? Tear. Unless he's. I don't know what he has in hand. I'm trying to figure it out. But he's got 5 mana left. He'll play 2 lands, but they'll come into play tap. So I guess he can't do the double strike land unless he have an amulet, but now he's done with his main phase, so he can't play an amulet before combat. I'm not sure why he. I'm trying to figure out why he did that. Why wouldn't he play lands before combat? To get the. I think he has enough to get Valku triggers. He could have at least gotten 1 trigger. Now he's really in the tank on this one. So he still tries to attack, so he must have like a chump blocker in hand. Or he has another Colony Garden in the deck, but I don't think he plays 2 of them. Yeah, I guess those in play. So I guess he got Colony Garden he's going to play. He's going to do 6 to me. I don't know if he made a land drop this turn. Okay. Oh, does he have another Dryad? Oh my god. Transmute Teleria West. So he's going to get a chump blocker here. Get Summoner's Pack. Get the 03. What's the Grazer? Oh, get another Dryad. Okay, he did have mana to play it. Okay. Oh, and he gets the Colony Garden. Oh my god. And he gets the Valkyrie trigger on Ragavan. Okay, I have another Ragavan. But now he's got... Now I can't get through this, so I'm just hoping to top deck something useful. Oh, man. That's frustrating. So now I think it's basically over because he can just burn me out with the prime time. So even if I attack with both these, he'll block here, and he'll block this on Ragavan. And I'll lose. So I think we just have to try it anyway. So I had a lot of outs to win. Unfortunately, did not see them. Yep. Okay. Well, this game's over. Unfortunately, I just didn't have. I had a Ragavan turn 1, but I only saw 1 threat, and I could have played the Tribal Flames better and potentially killed their first Titan. But again, I don't know. I mean, they're at 3 life. I had a lot of looks at a Binding or a Tribal Flames or a Bolt or a Dramoka's Command. A lot of cards could have ended it. Unfortunately, I didn't see any of them. So that's just the way it goes. Unfortunately. So I can play my... Now he can just burn me out with Valakut because he's got the Dryad in play. So fortunately, close game. I don't think I played particularly well, but this is just kind of the thing that happens sometimes. This game was definitely maybe winnable, but I just didn't have enough pressure early. I had Ragavan and I kept connecting with him and could, kept drawing answers, but I didn't have enough threats. So maybe I did overboard, you could say. But I mean, saw 3 of the sideboard answers. It's just I couldn't apply enough pressure. It's turn 7 and they're still alive. They do have to pay a lot of mana here, but again, I think they could just burn me out now with Dryad. Yeah, so now they just need to do, even if I chump here, he'll get 2 triggers, potentially 3 triggers from Valakut. So that'll just be the end then. Because I'm only at 8 life. I'm trying to think if it would have been different if I had not attacked with Dryad. Yep, 2 more Valakut triggers. Okay. Okay, back for round 2. Looking at this hand, awkward land, so we're going to mulligan. Looking at this hand, this is fine. You could argue to put something back on the... Let's see, I'm on the draw. I'm going to put Savai back with the idea I can just fetch it if I need it, but maybe I want to hold step D up on turn 1 to play a Brawler turn 2 in case they play something useful like that. Godless Shrine. Oh, God. Okay, so this is probably going to be like a Crab Vine kind of deck. Dredge, something like that. Yeah, a Reanimator sort of stuff. Okay, well, the stub might be important on turn 1 if he tries to do something here. Okay, we got a lot of lands again. Again, we'll look at just holding up stub, or we can fetch a Savai Triumph. See if he attacks for 1. He does. If he plays a 2-mana spell, I can stub. Okay. Can't stub that. Can't stub that. Monkey is good, but it's not so good in this matchup. So we need to get a breeding pool, and then we'll play our Scion. I'm going to keep the Windswept Heath in case I have to fetch a basic, because I feel like my life total is going to be under pressure in this matchup. So maybe we'll reduce the amount of shocking we're doing. Player Scion. We're, of course, already at 15, so kind of just the name of the game with Domain Mana Base. Okay, we got Scion here. I don't really want to kill a Stitcher Supplier. And he'll just sacrifice it to grow this anyway. So Gravecrawler gets recast from his graveyard. See what he attacks with, probably everything. So I think I'll just block here, save myself to the 2 life. I'd say he'll sack it to grow this. Yeah, that's fine. Again, save myself 2 life. Can't deal with the flyer right now. Okay, yeah, he just recast Gravecrawler, so. Okay. I guess this is what his deck does, I guess. Okay, these guys can't block. So I think we just dash a Ragavan and then get the treasure and then play a Brawler. Seems good to me. Could Tribal Flames the Carrion Feeder too. He could recommission it though, which would be kind of annoying. But I might want to do that before it gets too big because that looks like it's kind of the thing his deck does. Might be a better play than playing Brawler here, or else this is going to get unmanageable. You can always bring it back, but okay, I don't think this is worth playing for me. It's a 1/2. And this isn't great. Like if I play 2 mana for him to Tribal Flames this, he just Carrion Feeders. He just keeps growing it. It can't block, so maybe I don't care about it at all, but I feel like he's just going to grow it. He's going to keep doing the same thing. He's going to sack this to grow this and then recast this, sack it, recast, sack, recast. So at least we'll start the process back over. So maybe that's a reason to do that. I think it is. I think that's why I want to do this. We're just going to need a basic forest because our life total is under pressure. But I think we're going to try to set him back at least a couple turns by doing this. I think forest is fine. I guess the other argument could be, I could just go Brawler and then just assume that he won't be able to kill me this turn because this thing can't even block. And I guess if I need to block, I can block with Brawler. I actually like that better. I want to keep the Tribal Flames potentially in hand. I think this is fine. I'm at 13. I think we're just going to go with this and maybe just be able to race him. None of these creatures can block, so he's basically dead next turn. I forgot Dash Ragavan, but still things are looking pretty good. Okay, yeah. That guy can block. Can't block a flyer right now. Okay. So we're just going to save ourselves 2 life again. He'll do the same thing he did last turn. Yep. You're going to lose this race unless you've got something else. He's got like a removal spell. Okay. Only have 1 red source, so we won't be dashing monkey. We're just going to attack with both and then Tribal Flames probably. He could block this with monkey, but I guess then he just dies, so I guess I could have dashed monkey too. He's also almost dead anyway. Yep, you're at 2 life. Right, cool, get all these creatures back. And then We do this. Okay, so we clearly want some graveyard hate here. The thing is, like, yeah, he's got a lot of 1-drops. Like, I don't, I think we'll do, the problem is he can recast stuff from his graveyard, so I don't know how good, like, this other stuff is. Like, Dramokas, Explosives, Hidetsugu, Rest in Peace. All right, maybe we'll do Rest in Peace and Hidetsugu in case he goes, like, really wide again. I am on the draw. You could also argue for Hushbringer. Dramokas, I think it's fine. I think we'll trim a little bit. I feel like Monkey's just going to be hard to connect in this matchup. I don't think I need Burst Lightning. Spell Snare, I don't know that he actually has any. I guess he's got some 2-mana spells, but it looks like he's mostly on 1 mana, so I think we'll cut the Spell Snares. Try something like this. Could argue for 3 and 3. I just feel like, I don't know. It's hard for it to get Ragavan to connect in this matchup, it seems like. I don't know. Of course, don't know what else he has in his deck. Like, I didn't see much, but. Okay, I think we're supposed to keep this. We got the Graveyard Hate. Got some threats, some interaction. Keep. There's the Stitcher Supplier. Would like a Nakatl, please. It's a Kabu. Kabu's also good. Okay, I think we want to. We'll start with Fledstrand. Let me turn 1 play. So we'll see how much he starts going off here. If it makes more sense to play Kavu or Rest. Usually I don't love playing Rest in Peace on turn 2, but it's, with what his deck is, it might be what we need to do to just disrupt his combo stuff. Like, so the problem is he's gonna still hit me for 3. So I think I want to probably go. Okay, so we want this Savai Triumph. I feel like we want to probably get a threat down first. It's already got some pressure on the board. I think we'll just get Kabu down. And then next turn, maybe look at Rest in Peace plus Binding. I don't think I need that, but let's get Threat down first. I don't want to kill the Stitcher Supplier yet. Usually I'm going to leave this alive as long as I can. You have second Stitcher Supplier. So now we're starting to get to the point where I'm probably going to play Rest in Peace. Yeah, so he's got some stuff in hand. So now he's starting to do the Dredge thing. So now it's looking like maybe I should have. Maybe it's good I have the sweepers here. Okay, we're just going to go Rest in Peace next turn. I don't know what other crap he's got in his deck, if he's got like Creeping Chill or whatever. 1-drop. Still no 1-drop. Question is, we'll play this. He's got some pressure on board already, so I guess you can argue this is like not a great play. Like, which of these do I want to necessarily shock to bind? What do you possibly have here? Okay. That. Yes. Problem is he's already gone pretty wide here, so maybe this was like too late to do this, but so now he can still swing in for 6, so I'm on a 2-turn clock. If I fetch shock, I could fetch shock one of these, but I'm still going to take the same amount of damage. Okay, maybe this wasn't smart. I'm just going to get hit for 6. And Like I can fetch shock to bind something. I guess I don't need to decide right now. But yeah, he's got a lot of pressure on board, so maybe this was not a well-timed rest in peace. Or I should have just played the rest in peace a turn sooner. It would have meant like 2 of these creatures wouldn't have been here. Really need like a Hidetsugu. We're at 6. Yep, okay. Now we're probably just trying to hang on. Hidetsugu, please. So we do want a red source in case we do draw a Hidetsugu. Second red, we can fetch basic forest then. So that's probably what we want. So let's go red, white. Stuff's not really helpful. Okay, so we play Brawler. We Tribal Flames something. No, we don't have mana to do that. Okay, so how do we not die here? We play Brawler. Go to 4, Tribal Flame something. Or sorry, bind something. So he'll attack with everything. I'll block one of these. I'll go to 1. 1 can't even block tap the fetch. Guess that's what we have to do here. I'll probably take this because it's flying. Okay. Maybe this wasn't my most well-played game. If he has a haste creature, I think I'm just dead. I got a lot of damage in hand, though, if I can live. Yep. Yep. And there's the haste creature. So he had exactly... So I block one of these, and I still take... Yeah, so without that, I could have blocked this. Well, let's just try it. Right, so I go here. Bind the Vesper Lark. Block one of these. But unfortunately, I'm still going to take 6. So yeah, this was what did having the second Bloodghast. Okay, so obviously I think I should have either, I don't know, played the Rest in Peace a turn earlier. I didn't know he'd have a removal spell like that, but Rest in Peace turn 2 would have been much better. But he just went really wide, and I didn't really have a fast enough hand on the draw to do that. I think I just keep the deck the same. I do like Hidetsugu in this. You could argue for EE, but on the play, maybe I do want Ragavan, but with Stitcher Supplier, it's just like so bad. So bad trading with Stitcher Supplier when they get to mill 3. Yeah, this hand's fine. We're just going to leave with the monkey. Turn 1. Go, monkey, go. Go, monkey, go. See if they got the turn 1 Stitcher Supplier, as they've had every game. Okay, Funeral Charm. Okay. Let's see. If we go green-black here, I can get 3 types next turn, so let's do that. Shocking a lot, but on the play. Brawler. So now next turn I can play Scion and hold up Stub. That's not the mana I need. Let's see if they just have another 2-mana removal spell. Or a 1-mana removal spell. Okay. They just keep a hand that had nothing but removal. Oh my god. Okay, am I just going to get blown out by this deck? Okay, do I shock to keep up Steam Vents? Just WD, so in case he has a third removal spell? Sure. Maybe that's being a little reckless with my life total, but wasn't expecting a double removal spell first 2 turns. So I can kill this. He'll get it back. Another removal spell. Yep, okay. So now I look smart. That's annoying though. Bone shards with Bloodghast. It's also an annoying card. Do I bind this? I don't know if that's great. He's gonna keep milling stuff in his graveyard. I don't know how much I care about that. So I'm guessing what he'll start doing is he'll sack these 2. And then bring the Bloodghast back, fill his graveyard with more stuff, bring more stuff back. I guess maybe I wait till the sack trigger and I could take one of the Bloodghast. I don't know that that's great though. I want to probably hold Stub up. Hmm. Like, do I want to hold up Stub or do I want to hold up Leyline Binding or both? Let's just hold up both. See if he tries to sack. I could try to take this. That would have probably been smarter. Now I'm going to try to take that. If he has to sack these 2, he can. He'll bring him back, but they won't be able to attack this turn. Looks like he's going to go for attacking this turn instead. Just maybe smart. The race is on. Yeah, I might just be losing this game. I don't know exactly how to play this junk matchup. Second Tribal Flames is good, but what am I just going to lose to this junk? Like, he's going to get one more Bloodghast, and then I'm just going to lose. If I attack. If I don't attack, he's just going to swing in for 4. He's got 1 card in hand. I guess I just have to try to race him. Hope he doesn't have another Bloodghast. So I think where we're at. Because killing these doesn't do anything. So can I live this 1 turn? TBD. Third Bloodghast in hand. Okay, looks like this is going to be over then. Okay, looks like we barely got there against this weird stuff unless I'm about to miss it, unless I'm missing something. Close game. Okay, well, let's see. I don't know what he would have. Okay, we're back to 1-1. We're playing Titan and then whatever you want to call that. Sort of like Reanimator kind of zombie deck. So I'll see you guys for round 3. Okay, I am back for round 3. This time I'll be on the draw. This hand looks good. We're going to keep. Let's see what my opponent's on. Most likely go turn 1 Coddle. Okay. Most likely just go turn 1 to coddle. This could be creativity. It could be a lot of things. I guess Ren 6 is a risk, so let's just lead with the Temple Garden. Obviously, I could hold up a stubby D, but I think in a blind matchup, I'd rather just play threat and a threat. I am on the draw, so again, I've played it different ways, but if he eats a removal spell, it happens. Two of my opponents. I'm feeling a Triome here, though, not a removal spell. Yep. Mountain, probably creativity. So this was the right call against creativity. Okay, they'll use their lightning bolt. It's fine. This is almost certainly creativity. Or you got a lot of Kabus, so let's play some Kabus. Teferi would be probably the worst, but it's kind of just the name of the game here on the draw. I just want to be aggressive against creativity. I can't really sit back. So we just play our threats out. Usually Kabu's hard for them to deal with. They could have Teferi would be, or Binding. Probably just Binding. But I have my own Binding for that. Ice. Okay. Could stub that. Maybe I should stub that. To deny the card draw. Could have stubbed it and then held up Binding still and still someone with Kabu. That was probably the better play, yeah. I think that would have been the better play. Could play... Yeah. We do still have stub up for creativity, though, so I'm not in like a terrible spot. But I think that would have been a better play. See if they play around this. We would have denied him our card draw. I would have used up the stub, but like I said, I could have held up Binding, but then I wouldn't be able to play Scion, so, you know, it's a trade-off. Now I can pretty much stub whatever they try to do. Looks like they're just going to go for it. Or we'll see if they try to like slow roll it. I think we'll loot away this land. Maybe we loot away the basic planes. Although basic, I guess I don't take any damage and I'm at a low life total, so. I need, let's see, I need red. Okay, I have red, green. I guess if I draw, okay, we'll loot away the basic. Okay, well, that didn't help. So I've got one interaction for a dwarf token, but obviously creativity for 2 here, and it would be painful. So we'll see. I could have saved the stub, but I think I need the stub for that creativity. Yeah, so now if you just creativities for 2, there's not really much I can do. Okay, that's a good sign for me, because that means he doesn't have it. I want to get another blue source. You could argue to not do this right now because they could have another removal spell, but I don't have permission. But now it's going to reveal I don't have permission. Let's see what they try to do. Try like double bolt a Kabu. Breeding pool is fine. So they're going to have to start chumping with these dwarf tokens, which is good for me. They're going to try to ice another one of these. Looks like they are. Annoying. Okay, spell snare, not quite in time. Let's pull away this land. And just getting all the lands today. Not very fruitful looting. Okay, we'll play this. We will grab just a basic forest. Grab Gigantha to hand. Keep up Spell Snare and Binding. See, hopefully they just don't have it, but one of these days they're just going to draw it, what they need. Okay, I can't Spell Snare that. Let's see if they try to ice me again, maybe. What are they most likely to do? Just get another dwarf token? I don't think I need to. Let's see if they try to ice me again. Okay, now things are looking not better because I only have one white source. So I think we get rid of the Spell Snare. Attack with both. Don't think Spell Snare is going to help me at this point. Try to get another white source. I guess there's no way. I guess maybe I'm just going to risk it and have to discard 2. In worst case, I have to discard Gigantha. I really need a land with the white source. Really don't know that I want to get rid of that. Maybe I just get rid of Gigantha here. Yeah, because there's no way I'm tapping out. Okay, now we're in better shape. Okay, should be pretty desperate. Let's keep both blue sources on tap. Go Brawler. So I have a Binding and I have a SWD. So now I think we're in the clear. Gigantha getting looted away is what did it. I don't think it's worthwhile stubbing this. I need to hold up the stub for, I think that's fine. I need to hold up the stub for something else, for creativity. Or persist or something. Let's see. I don't know what build they're on. Okay, there's an Archon in the graveyard. Let's see if they try to persist it. So I'm guessing they're going to, well, we'll just do this. What if the last card is Spell Pierce? Oh, he conceded. Okay. All right, we got there against creativity. Looks like they're on the blue version with Fire Ice. Didn't see a Teferi, saw Prismari Command. Usually I just bring in Flusters for this, just more permission. They do have Bolt, so let's trim on a Brawler, and they might have Ren 6, so let's trim on a Ragavan on the draw. Spell Snare, I guess this is relevant on the draw. I'm trying to think of what 2-drops they have. They really just have Ren 6, so maybe I can cut the Spell Snares. Burst Lightning, not entirely necessary. I guess you want one more instant to disrupt their combos. That's fair. Dramoka's Command could be good on the draw. Do I want Spell Snare? Like, stop a Ren 6 can be relevant, but I really just want to be aggressive in this matchup. So could stop an Ice. No, I don't think I want the Spell Snares for this. It's tough. I know I've boarded these out every game, but I think it's a situational kind of card, and I think that's okay. Maybe Dramoka's, sure. Could be good against Burn. You know, they got Burn, and it's more instant speed interaction, so it's a little slow on the draw. But you know, obviously, I could end up with a hand like if I have stub. Like I think the only 2-drop they're really playing is like Ice, which is like okay. I guess I could stub that. But it's not like the most amazing thing. You know, maybe it's worth it just for Ice to stop Fire Ice. But this hand's kind of awkward with the basic planes. I think I probably want to mulligan this. If there was a basic forest, it'd be a little more tempting. But let's just think. Like I could go turn 1, get, let's see, green, blue. No, we're just gonna mulligan this. Let's not overthink this one. 1 lander, let's go 5. Okay. This doesn't have green mana. I don't know that going to 4 is any better, so let's keep this. Let's, there's probably not casting a Scion for a while. Put back Brawler. Okay. Now we just like hope and pray that I draw a fetch land. Okay. Usually would like to go monkey turn 2. Tribal Flames. This is so bad for me. So I can play monkey. They could be playing Ren 6, and my monkey dies. They could just play Bolt, and my monkey dies. So Flusterstorm, not going to be able to counter instant sorcery. Do I just play one of these tapped maybe? And just pray that I draw like green white. I think that's what I have to do. If not, then I have to dash monkey. Oh man, I don't know. This is bad. This is bad. Fortunately, these are like the awkward shock hands that we're trying to avoid with only 3 types. But I don't know that going to 4 would have been better. It's just kind of what happened. Ren 6. Looks like a Ren 6. Yep. Dash monkey. Get our green mana. Maybe I steal something off the top. Oh, cast my Archon. Okay. We have Flusterstorm up. Next turn we can play Kavu and hold up Flusterstorm. So I guess I can try to stop their combo on turn 3 or turn 4. That's not the worst. Unless I draw another land, which would be nice. So they're probably just gonna ice me again though, so not really a whole lot I can do with that. I feel like I play Kavu here, and then they just end a turn, ice this Flusterstorm, and then they go off. So, is there? I don't know that I have a way around that though. Like I play a 3. I guess there's also a 3/3 Kavu that dies to Bolt, which is like so bad. I could play Monkey and hold up both these so he can't ice me out. But then he's just gonna ping Monkey with Ren 6. Man, I'm in bad shape. Really needed more than 3 types. So, like, I mean, to me, this has to be an ice. Like, there's no other reason. He's just trying to wait for me to ice a blue mana. And me playing Ragavan this to just get pinged by Ren 6 seems pretty bad, but we'll play around it. I don't think this game's going well. I have 2 monkeys, so if one gets pinged, one gets pinged. He's obviously going to know something's up. See if he tries to ice this. Yep. Could be Prismari Command. Okay. I guess I could have played around. I could have just been like, all right, what if he has ice? He's Prismari Command, not Fire Ice, which is kind of confusing to me. Yeah, so he's smart. I mean, he's just gonna play around stuff. But unfortunately, like again, I don't have the mana to really do anything else. So we'll have enough to pay for Flusterstorm very shortly. All right. I don't really know what I can do here. We'll play our Kabu as a 3/3. Could dash monkey. That could have been worthwhile. I'm assuming he's got an ice still. Yeah, this is like so bad for me. I could have tried to do this last turn. Assuming he just has Bolt or something. Yeah, see, like this is, I knew what he was holding up. I guess we'll just stop him from drawing a card. Hope he doesn't have it. But yeah, I mean, this is kind of what happens with your awkward mana. And again, could I have gone to 4? Maybe that would have been better. Yeah. You know, maybe drawing a land in my first 4 turns would have been better too. But this is kind of how it happens sometimes. Usually a very favorable matchup, but sometimes you just get the bad variance. And now he'll go off with creativity. So, you know, I could have sat around with my binding. No, my binding costs 3, so I can't. We are going to block this. I know he's just going to make a Archon. I can actually, with the land, I could potentially bind the Archon and maybe not be in terrible shape. Unless did he already play? Okay, now he's going to get 2 Archons. Or maybe 3. I forget how many you need. Yeah, he's going to Archon for 2. Yeah, I mean, I don't think I overcome 2 Archons. Okay. Just drew another monkey, I guess. Yep, so the mana, you know, again, brought an extra fetch. You know, I'm testing an extra fetch for reasons like this, but I guess I should have just gone to 4. I kind of think I just keep it the same. I mean, he's like so big on ice, you could argue for Veil, but I think that's bad. I think it's too narrow. Rather just have Stub, Flusterstorm. So now hopefully we just have an aggressive hand. We can just, you know, make the thing happen. It's not, no. It's all permission. Oh my god. I think we keep this, but this is like also a pretty bad hand. We have 2 pieces of permission, but right now we can just like play Scion. He can ice us. He can do all kinds of crap, and then we won't be ready. But we'll put Tribal Flames back and just play Triumph turn 1. Like, I really want to play a 1-drop into a 2-drop, but I just hasn't been happening, and I don't think like Mull getting down to 5. This hand is usable. It's just not as aggressive as I like to be against creativity, but we have multiple permissions if we can like resolve them. So I'm not gonna. Okay, Ragavan is pretty good. He's not amazing actually. We're just gonna play our Scion here because Brawler dies to Bolt. So I need what is this? I need green blue. Prismari command can't come down until turn 3. He'll probably just ice my Scion, but I could use one of these spells on it. Stub or Flusterstorm. Yeah, I mean, this is like 90% gonna be an ice that I'll probably just stub. Okay, or maybe not. Dash Monkey doesn't seem great. Kind of want to play Brawler and hold up Fluster's permission. Question is, do I use Fluster or Stub? I guess Fluster. Oh my god, Beseiju, are you kidding me? Okay, well that's fine. I guess I should dash Ragavan. I didn't think of playing around Beseiju. What do I want? Another. Think about this for a second. Red, blue, steam vents. Guess it's already there, so yes. I'm gonna use 3 mana, hold 1 up for Fluster. Sure. Or for Stub. Let's think for a second. So let's make this a white. And then I can go green, blue, play Ragavan, hold up blue, red. I guess it's bad if he plays a Ren 6, but I can also just stub it, so. Maybe I shouldn't play Ragavan like this. I should hold up 2 pieces of permission. Yeah, I would have dashed Ragavan at there, obviously. Ren 6? Yeah, no. Looks like he's having some mana issues. Yeah, so he had to play Dwarven Mind tapped. Now we're in better shape. Bolt is good. Ooh. So I could ice to draw a card, fire him. Okay, I probably just want to ice here, hold up Fluster and Bolt. I could also fire him to do 2 damage, and then I have 5 in hand. Maybe fires. This is so close. Let's see. If I fire him, I'll go to 8. I bolt to him to go to 5. No, I think I just should ice him. Draw a card. Maybe I get another creature or something. So we want to go blue, white. No. Blue, white. Okay, Scion is good. Do I just play my Scion here, or do I want to try to hold up? I got Flusterstorm and I got Bolt, so I think we're in pretty good shape here. Don't really know what he could have that could dig him out of this mess. Like maybe he just tries to go for it this turn. Prismari Command, I guess, would be bad. But, I mean, just kill Sign. He could kill Sign and kill Ragavan with Prismari Command. Maybe that's what he tries to do. I could also Fluster it, though. Yeah, so he's going to do that. And we're going to just Fluster it, because then I think he's going to lose. I don't believe he has another land. Okay, so we got there against Creativity, 2-1. I'll be back for round 4. Okay, we're back for round 4. This is a great hand. I am on the draw, so you can't win every dice roll, but I like this. A lot of threats, some interaction, aggressive hand. What do you like to see? Let's see what my opponent's on though. Opponent mulligan 6. Breeding Pool. Is this the mirror? Maybe. Shocking Breeding Pool is a weird one. Living End. Probably Living End. So turn 1 Ragavan is about as good as it gets against Living End. Kavu's also pretty good. So we do the thing. My guess is Living End. Could be something else, but almost certainly Living End. No one else shocks a Breeding Pool turn 1. Doesn't play anything. See if they try to I doubt they have main deck subtlety. Main deck subtlety? No, we're good. Cycler. How'd I know? Okay, we actually have a pretty good hand. We're on the draw, which is a little concerning, but play my Kabu next turn. I need to draw some permission or something. Else it's gonna be a sad time. They're like I think they play this like a 2 of usually in this deck. That's like so huge for them. It's like so huge. Yeah, so now I could dash Ragavan. I think I'm just gonna play a Kabu. Obviously, they can kill a Kabu and get a Riverwinder back. So, but I can. I don't know. I don't have a way to win this probably with that. I could dash Monkey, pretend I have permission, and try to get him to. I don't know. I'm just gonna hope he doesn't have it, or he won't do a Living End with 1 creature. I have so many creatures in hand that maybe we can get through this. He just doesn't have it, and I can start exiling things from his graveyard. Yeah, maybe he plays as a 4 of, but I think most of the lists are doing like a 2 of maybe with Brazen Borrower. Yeah, so now it's just over because now I'll have the Grief. He'll probably take my removal maybe. Yeah, he doesn't want to put anything in my graveyard, so he'll take the Tribal Flames. He'll come back. He'll take the other Tribal Flames. So maybe he doesn't have it though. He doesn't have a third land so far. He only had one Cycler, and he had to use his Brazen Borrower probably before he wanted to. Nope, there's the third land. There's the Shock. There's the Shardless. Oh. Yep. So honestly, without the Brazen Borrower, I'd be in pretty good shape, but he still had the turn 3 living end. I'm on the draw, so that's kind of how it goes. He'll take the Tribal Flames or the Kavu or something. Probably Tribal Flames. Fortunately, I can't deal with the Stripe River Winder. I don't have a way to, text proof, so it's a pretty good one to a cycler to have in the graveyard. If it had been something else, like one of the weaker cyclers, then I could deal with it. I mean, I'm not gonna win this game. Like, I don't even know why I bother. On a 2-turn clock. I'll just play it out. I have no way to deal with this. I have to start chumping it. So I guess I take a hit here. Maybe I draw another land. Can start chumping with Ragavan. Keep thinking this thing has flying, but it doesn't. So I need a land here. Need a land. It's not a land. Can dash Ragavan. Okay, I guess I just play. Brawler's only 4/3. That's killing me. Kill the Shardless. Doesn't seem great either. Next turn, I'm maybe in the same boat. So play Ragavan, trade with Shardless, play Brawler, block Shardless. I guess that's what we do. Hope to get a land. Go to 2. Actually, I guess I'll just play the Borrower, and then I think I just lose. I'll have to block the Stripe River Winder, so maybe I should just play the Ragavan. So you should play Borrower. He'll have 3 more damage. Yep, there he goes. Yeah, so I guess I should just play the Ragavan, and I would chump the River Winder, but I guess it's more mana efficient. Unfortunately, again, I have 5 types, so I have to block the River Winder, but I'm not a 5/3, so I can't kill it. Unfortunately. Okay, we're still alive. Not really, though. Show me a land. Okay, there's a land, but I can't get 5 types. I can get 4 types. So I can... I have to kill this, and I have to block. So I can kill this, block here. I think I lose. I don't think there's a way for me to get out of this. I could dash Ragavan, flip. Something. Brazen Borrower. Not have enough. Let's see. I would have enough mana to cast. I could. No, I don't know. I don't think I have a way out of this. Like, if I could have traded one of these turns with the Riverwinder, I could have. But I think I'm just dead. Okay. On the draw against Living End, so that's going to be a loss. Really, this is what saved them, I think, the Brazen Bar. I mean, they had the turn 3 Living End, but it was going to be so small, and I would have just been connecting. And I would have been able to exile stuff with Kavu a turn earlier, so that's like what saved them entirely. Yeah, what's bad? Binding. You don't really want binding in this matchup. I don't know that you want Spell Snare either. They don't have any 2 mana spells. What do you want? Hushbringer? Could be good. Veil? Probably want Veil. Flusterstorm. Okay, I think that's fine. I don't know that actually running to. I mean, a Brazen Bar, I guess that's the one thing I could have, Spell Snared, but I think this is fine. Burst Lightning, I guess, is like bad, but I don't know if I have anything else that's like worth. I could bring in Hushbringer instead of Burst Lightning. It just turns off Grief, though. Doesn't do much else. I think this is fine. Okay, this hand is good. Keep. So we're just gonna go Foothills, Nakatl, and then turn 2 Brawler. Right now we have, let's hope they don't have Grief. I guess I could have played around better. Yeah, well, looks like they don't have Grief right now. So I could have tried to held up Veil because they had the Grief. Now we're just going to go Kabu turn 2 though. If they brought in Subtlety, they might Subtlety this. But if they have it, they have it. We got to just apply pressure. Hopefully they just don't have Grief. I just get on with my life. They don't have it thus far, but they could start cycling and find it. Or a pitch spell for it, or they're just slow rolling it. But usually you want a Grief turn 1. No Cycler is interesting. What is their hand? Grief. I got pressure right now, so. Okay, now we are in an interesting position. So he's not going to cycle. He's not going to do anything because. So what do we want to loot here? Let's see. We want to hold up Veil and Flusterstorm, so we want to keep the Ragavan. We could loot away Brawler. Let's loot away Brawler. I'm not going to exile anything because obviously my opponent is waiting to cycle. So let's try to get a third land. That's not a third land. Play our Monkey, hold up our Flusterstorm. Yep. We do have a Brawler in the graveyard. That's the other nice thing about looting that I didn't think of. Not that it'll make a huge difference. Hopefully it doesn't resolve this living end because it will wipe my board. But it's worth so he's got the Waker and Shardless in there. They have a third land. He just goes for it. Okay. Okay. Got there against Living End, Flusterstorm, pretty good card against Cascade, it turns out. And I think we just keep this the same. So this is kind of what I was talking about. This deck has just played. This is like one of the most played draw dependent matchups. We don't have any permission. We don't have any way to stop the turn 3 living end. We don't have a 1-drop. I think we have to mulligan this as bad as it feels. I don't know. I guess we'll keep this against a discard deck. This isn't great either, but Ragavan's about the best threat you can get against living end. So we'll just pray that we... No grief, please. No grief. Looking for it. It's the only reason you do that main phase. Okay, this is pretty bad. Player Monkey. Hope to draw into permission or something. Maybe there was an argument there to get red-blue. Potentially be able to hold up Veil, and then if I cycle it in response to living end, I could flip a Bolt or a Stubby D. Okay, looks like he's playing something now. Is it another Brazen Barter? Looks like it. Cycling Waker. Again, he's got a Grief in hand. He must be looking for a black card for it. See if he found it. He did not. Oh, God. All right. This is going well. Maybe I should have just gone to 5. I think this is just one of those matchups where, like, if you don't see the sideboard cards, especially on the draw, then you just have a really hard time. But I haven't seen any creatures. Like, I exiled his living end, so I helped him out. So right now he's got 2 living ends left in the deck. Useful to know. I do want to shock this in the event that we're going to shock this in the event that he living ends. I'll cycle Veil to try to find a piece of permission. It's going to be the move. Maybe he's got a 3rd living end in hand. That would be great. That would be great. Just play Grief. That looks like he's just going to go for it. Okay, he must have a Violent Outburst. Don't know why he fetched when he did. Man, I'm just killing it drawing the lands today. Breeding Pool. Let's think. Get Foothills. If I grab Gigantha, it reveals I have literally nothing, but I also have literally nothing. I could fetch Shock here. Green, black, keep the treasures. Let's do that. Get 5 types. I don't know the life total matters that much. It just matters if he combos off or not. Like my life total, I mean. You could have Force of Vigor and kill my 2 treasure tokens, which would be so sad. But it's not like I actually have permission here. Let's see if he does. That'd be so bad for me. I forgot about that little. Okay, so now he's really digging. He's got to have found something. Whatever it was he was looking for. Okay, still cycling. So he's either he must be looking. He must not have a living end. I'm kind of confused by this. Or a Cascade spell. He cycled a lot for it. Either doesn't have the. Yeah, that's the only reason you do that. Okay, Kabu. Are things starting to turn around? Probably not, but we can try. Subtlety. Could hard cast his own subtlety. I don't have a blue card to exile. I probably just want to play a Kavu here instead, though. I could play Kavu. Let's think about this for a second. Could go green, red, play my Kavu. We want to hold up Veil and at least one other mana. We can play a land, get a Forest or Plains. We do have enough to cast Gigantha, but that doesn't hold up Veil anymore. It was like my one out. Could also Tribal Flames in this turn in case he does go off. Then that would reduce the chance. He doesn't have a Grief in the graveyard, but he could Grief me and take my Tribal Flames. So I think I do have to Tribal Flames here. He could force this, and then I could Veil it. Let's see. And then maybe draw into removal, or permission. If he tries to. Just thinking about it. Because I could have another one in hand. So I think he has to respect it. He's got 6 cards in hand. So there's the Force. So now we go Forest. Go down 11. Thin the deck some more. Maybe he's got a second Force. We go Veil. We tried to draw permission. We do draw permission. Let's go. Let's go. Okay, that was huge. I guess I had 6 pieces of permission, so it's... And we thinned. Okay. Can we get out of this game then? Maybe. That was huge. Huge. I wasn't expecting that. Oh my god, no. Oh no. So if I had let that, I guess I didn't think that through. If I had let that resolve, oh, this is so bad for me. If I had let that resolve, I could have I mean, this is the only chance I lose this Flusterstorm. But I can still top deck a Tribal Flames to kill him. So, or maybe he doesn't have it, but he probably has it this turn. I mean, what a wow. So I guess I top deck something good, but he had the answer. So I'm assuming he was waiting till this turn to do that. What a disappointment. It's gonna be like the most ridiculous living end ever. Yep. So I mean, I guess I could have played around. The only way I play around grief is if I wait until. But if he doesn't have grief, then there's a chance I don't get to cycle that. But I think that was the right move. I mean, unless I top deck a Tribal Flames here, I'm gonna lose. So that's just that's so annoying. Are you kidding me? So I guess like that's what I'm trying to decide. Like, was it better? Should I have just waited on that and been like, oh, I need to play around? I think I played that right. It's just that he had literally the one card that would have won them the game. So now let's see if I can top deck Tribal Flames. No, I just get another land, of course. Okay, well, that was a close one. Unfortunately, being on the draw, not seeing, saw the one piece of permission, saw the veils, maybe it is what it is. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't see a scenario where I play around that and be like, oh, I'm gonna let him force my Tribal Flames just to be able to veil a potential grief when I have literally nothing in hand. I think how I played it was the right way to play it. It's just he had the grief saved him. I top decked what I was like the one card that could save me, and then he obviously top deck a black card. Like you could say, oh, maybe he was saving grief for the turn you could living end, and maybe that's true. But normally you would want to grief as early as you have it. But maybe he's just so worried about permission. So unfortunately, 2/2, tough. Lose the dice roll to living end. Just kind of how it goes. I thought maybe we'd escape out of there, but he got what he needed. So I guess maybe he was just waiting for me to use my veil and playing around the whole time. But I actually think he just didn't have a spell. I mean, I don't know. Maybe he wanted to make sure the coast was clear. So like I had held up the veil for like 3 turns, so I thought that was safe enough to assume that he doesn't have a grief. And resolving the Tribal Flames I think was relevant, at least to bait out a force. And it allowed me to cycle into a Flusterstorm, but again, he had the grief, so kind of I just don't know what I'm supposed to do there. I don't think there's really anything I can do. Okay, back for round 5. Sitting at 2-2, so not great. Lost to Living End, lost to Titan. Both of them were. Titan was just I got blown out, and Living End, unfortunately, was lose a dice roll, kind of lose the game sort of thing. I have to mulligan this because it's a one-lander. This is an awkward Nacatl, Scion, Tribal Flames. I'm on the draw, so I think I keep this. I think we can put back the Foothills. We have Overgrown Tomb. Let's see. Swamp, Scam, Thoughtseize. Maybe, I don't see Gigantha, so probably just Scam. Could also be Yawgmoth, could be Rakdos mid-range. Probably just takes Nacatl. Maybe takes this. Take Scion. Maybe he's okay, that's a good top deck. Obviously he's gonna know I top deck this, but the monkey, I think you gotta play him when you have him. Monkey go. No. Brawler go. I'm gonna just keep playing threats out. I don't really care anymore. I think I'm just gonna be mana efficient here and play my brawler. So if he's got the third piece of disruption / removal, then he's got it. It's like Liliana, and he edicts me. Is what it is. Next turn, we can potentially double spell with Nikado into Tribal Flames, unless we draw something else. Blood Moon. Probably should have played around Blood Moon, huh? Okay, Kabu's can't cast. All right, we're swinging in with my 1/3. I'm trying to think of how I could have played around Blood Moon. With the hand I had, I could have fetched a basic forest, but then I wouldn't have blue mana. And I would have played this as I guess maybe that, yeah, you can argue that would have been better. I wasn't thinking, usually I'm on it on the draw Blood Moon against Scam, against Blood Moon, but I just wasn't thinking this time. So yeah, that should have been me playing a forest and then playing a 3/3 brawler, and then I could have played as a 4/4 next turn. I think that would have been the move. Because then I have a 2/3, and I'd still be able to play Kabu with using Hardcast of Grief. Monkey dash. Okay. This is kind of like dangerous because like he can, most of my stuff off my deck is pretty good. He can cast that. No, he's got 2 types. It's gonna still cost him 4. He can't cast it. Unless he's got 1 more land. I think he already made a land drop this turn. Authy, yeah, so he's just Scam. He just didn't have the Scam this game. Okay, we're getting closer to casting Giganta. I could not attack Brawler to block Monkey. I think I'm gonna do that actually. So I only have 1 land type, so Tribal Flames for 1 doesn't seem that electric. Let's just have a Fury to hard cast, maybe. I do have the Tribal Flames for Ragavan, actually, if I don't draw a land here. He could have an Undying effect. Maybe that's what he's sitting on. But I think we're just going to go for it anyway. Undying effect? No. Okay, do I think he has another Ragavan in hand? I mean, I'm just going to get beaten down by a 3/2 Shadow here. Me doing 1 damage probably isn't great. I probably just need to stop him from having another Ragavan. I don't really know what would save me at this point. I'm at such a low life total. I need, I guess, a removal spell for, say, like a Bolt or a Burst Lightning for a Dothy. I guess is like the short term one I need. Assuming he doesn't do anything here, but it looks like he drew another Dothy, so now I'm really screwed. Yep, classic Dothy beatdown plan. Need a removal spell, spell snare, can't cast. Okay. That was unfortunate. So against Scam, we're gonna do Veil, Hushbringer. I usually like Rest in Peace. It turns off Undying effects, but it could also be considered too slow. We don't need Snare. We do want Veil. We do want Hushbringer. I think I want Rest in Peace. And then like maybe Wonder Mochas. What is like actively bad in this matchup? Brawler, they do have Bolt. Burst Lightning on the play, I don't need. Probably want to cut on, like, the problem is, like, I don't love cutting on removal spells. I can cut on a Flames. Only because of the scam that sometimes you just get your hand destroyed and you need a removal spell. Like, this is good for Blood Moon on the play. It's less of a concern. Maybe I just don't even bother with Dramokas. I don't know. It's tough. It's good against Bolt, obviously. I'm gonna keep this. I don't like mulliganing that low against scam. They try to go to the scam thing that I can veil. They don't then get the with the triumphs in the deck, I can't do that actually. So I have to either play. I think we just have to hope that if they try scam me, I can draw a card. They'll probably play around it though. Thoughtseize. Monkey. Okay. We still just get green blue here. Again, I don't have Zagoth's Triumphs. This is a situation where having one Triumph actually is like hurting me significantly. So maybe it wasn't worth it. I should just have 2 Triumphs. And bolt down and dodge undying effects. See if it tries to grief me. Thoughtseize or something. Okay, now we're in better shape. So now we can go play our Scion and then keep up Veil or Stub, depending on what he tries to do. Green, blue, red, white. Question is, like, do I get completely blown out? Like, if he tries to play a removal spell to kill my Scion, do I try to keep it alive and then just get blown out by turn 3 Blood Moon? See what he tries to do here. Like, he goes terminate here. No, he didn't. Okay, we're good. Yeah. So this is like pretty predictable. He just kept it like a bad hand. I guess I had Ragavan and Blood Moon. He just thought that was going to get him here. See if he tries to Fury this Scion now. Okay, we got a lot of Tribal Flames here. I guess he could just be Rakdos mid-range and like maybe Rest in Peace is dead. You could argue for me to Tribal Flames him right now. He'll go to 9 and he's potentially dead next turn. I'll buy that for $1. I guess it's bad if he like scams Fury, but it's bad no matter what. I still have another Tribal Flames to kill him. At this point, I don't know that Rest in Peace is going to do a whole lot. A lot of cards in hand. At some point, I was expecting a Fury on the Scion. Maybe he'll try to terminate it. That would be great. Okay. Yeah. We will not be doing that. Okay. Now I think it's just over. Veil Summer, when it's good, it's very good. was a time that it was very good. Don't think I need to play monkey at all. I don't know what else he would have in hand. Okay, we got there. Now let's go on to game 3 on the draw. It's a little harder. I think we still keep everything the same. Burst Lightning I want for Ragavan. Maybe I trim one of my own Ragavans. Maybe you could say one Veil of Summer on the draw, not as good on the draw. I think this is fine. I think we'll give it a shot. Ugh. This hand has no threats. Do I think he's just gonna go turn 1 scam and destroy my hand? Maybe. I think we keep this and just I don't like mulliganing against scam, but if he has turn 1 Ragavan, that's like the best case for me. If he just has turn 1 like scam, then that's probably the worst case, but that's bad no matter what you get in hand. Okay. It's manageable now. Wonder if he's like scamless scam. Like just Rakdos mid-range. Okay. Okay. Let's think about this for a second. I go red, white, and then next turn get green. That seems pretty good. Again, play around the Undying spells, but I haven't seen the Undying stuff yet. So he could just be a straight Rakdos mid-range plan with K command, but I don't know. He hasn't really had the scam this game, so I'm a little confused. Might just be he hasn't had it in hand. Okay, we bolt the monkey. Nope, we bolt the monkey. We pass the turn. So next turn I can play basic forest to play around Blood Moon. And then looks like he's holding up a removal spell. I mean, I feel like almost certainly he's got a Blood Moon, so I'll just play around it. Ooh, Hushbringer is interesting. Could Hushbring. Could also Rest in Peace. Kind of get a threat down, but I can also get the threat down next turn if I play this basic forest. Could also get Rest in Peace down now, but I haven't seen Reanimator stuff, so I figure this is fine because yeah, okay. I'll eat my bolt. Or eat my bolt, eat their bolt. This is again almost certainly a Blood Moon. Basic Swamp. He'll play another basic Swamp. He'll go Blood Moon again. I'll play my Brawler. Or he'll just have nothing. Okay. Interesting. So now I can get Veil. I can get Breeding Pool if he tries to use Removal Spell on the Brawler that's not a Bolt. Like that. So I can go Breeding Pool. I want Breeding Pool. 4 types now. Cryptic Command, 1 mana. Kavu's a good draw. Don't know what my opponent kept. Kind of confused about it. It's just a grief. It's just a nothing. Get that 5th land. It'll be green black. Okay. Kind of want to just double spell Scion in Kabu. Life total's going low, but he hasn't really done anything. He's got 2 cards left in hand. He sees up a lot of removal. Maybe this Rest in Peace is dead. Maybe he's just not on Reanimator and it's just Rakdos mid-range. Okay, so another Terminate. It should be running out of spells. Does he have another Fatal Push? That'd be so annoying. He's got 1 card in hand. So I can start looting away this Rest in Peace, which maybe is what I'm about to do. Because it looks like he's just on the straight Rakdos mid-range package, not with like scam pieces. Oh my god, are you kidding me? This dude just only had removal. Okay. So I guess we'll just do this. Again, I don't really know if this is relevant at all, but I guess he's just not on any of this shit, and this is kind of a dead card. So he had, I guess I'll count the pieces of removal he had. We're gonna play our planes. So now we'll grab our Gigantha. I guess Dash Monkey would be bad here, but I feel like he would have played it if he had it by now. So let's see what he had. So he had Bolt, Terminate, Fatal Push, Path of Peril. Okay. Just, what is this? Hardcast Fury? So Spyro. Okay, well then I guess the recipe is useful. You can discard 1 card if he wants. He does. Discards a K command. Yeah, we're going to play our Gigantha. Monkey. See if he has a like 8th removal spell. Played the Elk. Can't fatal push that. You can terminate it, but you already used 2 terminates, so how many more can you have? Don't know. Another removal spell. Grief. Okay. Probably take the binding, I guess. Ragman's kind of useless here with an elemental token. Yep. Could dash Ragavan and then attack with both, and he could try to trade Season Pyro and Grief for Gigantha. But most likely he's just gonna do the elemental token. I guess I could trade my whole board for his whole board. But he's got 2 cards in hand, and I've got a land in hand, so that doesn't seem that great. Otherwise, he's just gonna start beating me down with Grief, but I could double block Grief here. So maybe I just play a monkey and play a land and pass the turn. I don't know. This is like tougher now. Now I'm not really sure what to do. Like, because I can obviously attack here, but you know, he's got 3, so he could just block with Grief and Pyro, and I die, and he'd trade his stuff. Yeah, I don't think that's that great. They got 2 cards in hand. I guess we're in kind of a standoff, a top deck standoff mode here. If he just has another removal spell, then I guess it's bad for me. But he's used a lot of removal spells, so Not much I can do. Yep. It's now he just gonna... But he can't scam a Fury, so is he just gonna Fury Ragavan now? See, I was... Okay. Go ahead, try undying it with Rest in Peace and play. Do you have a Bolt too? I guess he's just doing that so I can't block. Okay, I mean... I could trade with his Pyro. That doesn't seem great. That was a good play for him. Again, don't really know what... I could trade with a Spyro. Now I'm at 4. I'm about to go to 3. No, I don't think I win this game. Kavu. I guess we play that and try to hang on. I have to double block his Grief here. Or I can let the Grief through and block the 2 other tokens. If he has another removal spell, I'm dead. 1 card in hand. 2 cards in hand. Land. Give me a removal spell. Not a removal spell. Could attack with Kavu. I guess I just start hitting him. I don't know that this... Let me think for a second. I'm dead to like a Dash Ragavan. Like, do I just start beating him down with Giganta? With 5/5s. I don't think looting... I think I want to just play this Nikado as another blocker. Guess I'm dead to like Dash Ragavan or something, but a removal, dead to a lot. That doesn't really help me. I guess I just keep beating him down with the 5 mana. I guess I could loot this away. Thing is, like, it saves me against a removal spell, so I gotta just keep doing this. Let's see if he starts blocking. Okay, he's now started blocking. Maybe you can argue that I should have looted that away. I think that's a fine argument. He's gonna thin. Let's see if he tries to play a black removal spell. Okay. Let's not use that. Okay, that's a very good draw. Burn spell? Okay, let's think about this for a sec. How do I lose this game? So if I attack with everything, he's got to block. I can loot away this Windswept Heath. He can block across the board, or he'll block here and block here. Let 3 through. Keep his Grief alive. Swig in for 3. I guess I can Tribal Flame stuff he keeps alive. I think we just stack with everything. It's a close game. Okay, another Nikado. Won't complain. So yeah, decides to block here. Damn, those Veils actually came in clutch this game both times. gonna Tribal Flames in now. You could argue to Tribal Flames his Torok. I'm gonna Tribal Flames in now because I guess the way I lose is if he like Thought Seizes me and then has a removal spell. Or if he can get me to discard a card and has a removal spell, then I lose. So maybe there's an argument just to kill his Turok right now, just to be safe. This is like really close. I don't know what gets him out of this. I think I'm just gonna kill his Turok just to be safe. Okay, now I think we're in pretty good shape. Maybe. Could be wrong. I guess I could get like double bolted at any time, so that would be sad. Okay, we got there. That one looked dicey for a while. I think that was, I guess that was scam or like more Rakdos mid range. I didn't see any Undying Evil, so I'm thinking that was maybe just more the Rakdos mid range. Ended up being a 3-2 league. Not a great result. I don't think my playing was super great. You know, we had those 2 losses. We had the losses to Living End and to Amulet. I think I could have definitely played the Amulet matchup better. Living End is kind of always iffy. You know, maybe there's a way to play it better. It's more kind of just a if they have the nuts, you lose kind of game. So what I think overall, so we're testing Spell Snare and Burst Lightning. We didn't really, I don't think we got to cast either of them. Spell Snare did show up a few times in my hand, but I didn't actually cast it. So again, I think more testing needed. Like I could see the argument to make this a sideboard card. But I think it's really good in those kind of against very efficient decks. The reality is in today's league, I just didn't go against any like low curve efficient decks. I went against Titan. I went against Rakdos mid range. I went against Living End, and then like I didn't see Murktide, I didn't see Breach, I didn't see Prowess, I didn't see Hammer Time, I didn't see I went against that really weird like Reanimator deck, whatever you want to call that, like self mill kind of zombie deck. So small sample size. So like right in this league, obviously Spell Snare didn't look good. This is now the second league I played with it. The last league it felt pretty good. Creativity was the other matchup. So again, all those kind of matchups were ones that are more like big mana, where like having Remand would have been nice in all those matchups instead of Spell Snare. But I think those matchups are generally, I don't know. You could say like I lost against Living End and I lost against Titan today, and I feel like those are, we have a lot of answers for Titan and we have a lot of answers for Living End, so those are generally pretty good matchups. Right now I'm trying to optimize more for like basically when you run into Murktide, Hammer Time, Breach, things like that, with the Spell Snare. So that's what you think. Let's see. That's basically what I got today. Thanks for tuning in, and if you want to support the channel, then just subscribe and you'll get the notifications for the next video. Thanks for watching, guys.